If you have a wasp problem, you're probably wondering how to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Chemical wasp control is something you probably don't want to resort to due to the negative impact it can have on the environment, your pets, your children, and you. In this video, we'll be sharing some interesting information about these common insect pests that may very well help you learn to live with them. We'll also provide some smart tips for natural wasp repellent and removal. Let's get started. At the outset, you should determine what type of wasp you're dealing with. Different wasp and hornet species display different behavioral characteristics. Some are more dangerous to deal with than others, and some are more beneficial than others. Understanding your enemy is key, and you may discover your particular species of wasps are not enemies at all. Hornets, paper wasps, red wasps, or bald-faced hornets are the most aggressive of wasps, and you're best hiring a professional to remove them. Larger wasps don't tend to bother with humans and are incredibly beneficial to the environment. Mud daubers are also beneficial to have around and are non-aggressive, so you shouldn't get rid of their nests. Bees aren't the same as wasps, although they look similar. They die after one sting, which gives them motivation not to sting. For this reason, you shouldn't experience much trouble with bees unless you go out of your way to provoke them. Also, in some countries, bees are protected, so you're better off contacting a local beekeeper. Social wasps live in nests, and sometimes this puts them in very inconvenient places. If you have a wasp infestation in a location that you can't avoid, or if the wasp colony is an aggressive type in your vicinity, you'll need to get rid of it. A small wasp nest is relatively easy to deal with in several ways. These nests are usually out in the open and relatively small. If you catch it when it's tiny and it only has a few wasps in it, you can either knock it down with a broom during the day when the wasps are all out, relocate it, or spray it at night when the wasps are home. If you wish to relocate a nest, you'll need to do it after dark when the wasps are sleeping. Gather a plastic container with a lid, such as a small yogurt container. You'll also need a stiff piece of cardboard or plastic large enough to cover the container. After dark, carefully approach the nest and place the container over it. Slide the plastic or cardboard between the top of the container and the surface, which will sever the thin stem holding the nest in place. Hold the cardboard or plastic in place and set the lid on top of it. Slide the cardboard or plastic out and put on the lid. Then carry the container far away to an area with a likely nesting place. Set it on the ground, remove the lid, and move away quickly. The wasps are still likely to be sleeping, but you never know. If you wish to spray the wasp nest with natural spray, mix up half and half a combination of white vinegar and water, add peppermint essential oil at a rate of 20 drops per ounce, then add dish soap. Decant this mixture into a spray bottle that can deliver a fairly powerful spray steam. After dark, when the wasps are sleeping, spray the wasp nests liberally. This will kill them and also leave the scent of peppermint, which repels them. After they've dropped off the nest, knock it down and spray the area around the nest to keep them away. You should spray daily for about a week to maintain the peppermint scent strong. For small nests, put the mixture into a hose-end sprayer and spray the nest completely. Trapping wasps is a good way to keep their numbers under control. You won't get rid of all of them, but you can reduce their numbers so they'll bother you less, or so you can deal with them easily by removing their nests. Here are a couple of good ideas for creating wasp traps. Number 1. Soda bottle wasp trap. Cut the top third off a 2-liter soda bottle. Remove the lid and invert the top into the bottom of the bottle. Secure it in place with duct tape and pour in about an inch of liquid bait. For the bait, you can use beer or a 50-50 mixture of beer and water. Many people will find this works very well. Alternatively, you can make sugar water and apple cider vinegar mixture to attract wasps. Just mix the vinegar and water 50-50, then add sugar at half that rate. Next, mix in some dish soap at a rate of 1 teaspoon per cup of solution. After allowing the sugar to dissolve, you can use the mixture as bait. Number 2. Glass or plastic jar wasp trap. Using a good-sized jar, like a pickle jar or a peanut butter jar, drill a hole in the lid just big enough to poke a pencil through. This should be just about the right size for wasps to slip in. Pour about an inch of liquid bait in the bottom of the jar and spread the inside of the lid with jelly. Put the lid on the jar. Place either of these traps in areas where you've seen wasps. The idea is that the wasps will smell the bait and enter through the small opening. Then they'll be unable to get back out again, and they'll eventually drown in the bait. Check every couple of days to see what you've caught. When the liquid fills with dead wasps, it's time to start afresh. With the soda bottle trap, you should just throw out the old one. With the jar trap, you can clean it and reuse it. Just be careful not to get stung by any of your prisoners. Another good way to keep wasp numbers under control and eliminate quite a few of them is to use various powdered deterrents. Among them are diatomaceous earth, known as DE for short, talcum powder, boric acid, cinnamon. These are handy when you have a wasp nest hidden inside a wall, under a building, or underground. Even though you can't get to the nest, you can usually see where the wasps come and go. Sprinkling these dry substances around the exit can kill and repel wasps. DE and boric acid both have fatal effects on insects. DE desiccates them, and boric acid poisons them. Talcum powder and cinnamon are both repellents. You can sprinkle DE or boric acid around the entrance every few nights until you see that the wasps are no longer coming and going. Seal the opening and then spray the area with peppermint water or sprinkle with talc or cinnamon to be sure no wasps return. Sometimes the easiest way to prevent a wasp invasion is to avoid attracting them. When you're outdoors, be sure to dress for the occasion by avoiding bright colors that might be attractive to insects. Sweet-smelling perfumes and personal care products like hairspray can also attract bees, wasps, and hornets. One simple method of preventing wasps from making your home their home is to trick them from arriving in the first place. Early in the spring, before wasps are active, set up fake nests around your yard to make them think other wasps are already in residence. Wasps are very territorial. If they find a rival's nest already in place when they turn up to build new nests, they'll relocate. It's easy to make a fake nest by wadding up a couple of plastic bags inside a brown paper lunch bag. Use string or thread to tie your fake nest to porch railings, under the eaves, and in bushes to trick wasps into thinking there's no vacancy. Horrible as it may be to hear, learning to coexist with wasps is always preferable to getting rid of them. As we learn more and more about the natural world, we understand more deeply than ever that every creature has a purpose and a reason for being. Wasps are minor pollinators and mighty predators. They help keep the population of certain pests such as poisonous spiders, crop-eating caterpillars, and some other truly damaging and dangerous insects under control. While they can be potentially bothersome and dangerous, many wasps are fine when left alone. With that said, there are times when you have no choice but to get rid of them. Hopefully, this video has provided you with some good ideas to help you make the right decision and deal with your wasps in the best way possible. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and don't forget to give this video the thumbs up. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy our next video on how to kill cockroaches naturally. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.